Hi everyone, Bill Bernard at WFB Legal Consulting Incorporated. I wanted to discuss today a couple of brief employment tips. Employers running small or large businesses who have employees need to be aware of the issues of physical examinations and drug testing in the workplace. A physical exam can be given if an employee is put on notice at the beginning of the job that a certain physical condition or a certain physical exam is going to be conducted to make sure they can comply with the requirements of that job. You can't use a physical exam as a myth. Some sort of a way to suspect somebody is that somebody has a physical problem of some sort and then discriminate against them and let them go or treat them harshly for that reason. So you need to be able to justify the physical exam as being required for the job prior to offering the job. And then at some point later on, if there's a physical problem that arises with an employee, you need to be aware that the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, requires that you provide a reasonable accommodation to the employee. And that accommodation is something that must in fact be reasonable, not so exaggerated that it's outside of the scope of the requirements of the job. With regard to drug testing, two things need to be done at the beginning of the job application. When there's someone applying for a job, you need to give them reasonable notice. You need to give them notice that drug testing will take place in the workplace pursuant to that particular job. And you need to make sure it's uniform. That is to say, you need to give drug testing to everybody in that job, not just apply it discriminately against a certain race, creed, religion, or sex. So please remember those tips. Again, physical exams can be stated as a requirement for the job. If somebody suffers some sort of a disability on the job while they're already employed, and a physical exam isn't made as a prerequisite to the job, that is the taking of a physical exam, well, then you must make a reasonable accommodation unless the accommodation cannot be reasonable, and that is to say it cannot fit within the scope of the job description. And then drug testing, make sure reasonable notice right at the beginning of the job application, and make sure that you apply it uniformly. One last thing as well on physical exams. In order for some physical disability to be confirmed as a physical disability, it should be certified as such by a doctor, not by the employer himself. So I hope those tips help you deal with these issues in the workplace. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks very much.